Alright, I'm going to do some example solves, and hopefully this is a slightly better camera angle than yesterday. I've basically put my iPad on top of a couple of books instead of holding the camera with one hand since I'm doing Pyraminx this time. So, here's the first scramble. Okay, so here we have a one move V. I'll just quickly trace the pseudo in case it's decent, but it's actually the same as another solution. So basically, we're obviously going to do an R, or turn this clockwise, but then we can either do it from here with ML for E, or from here with normal L for E. And if there were no tips, I would do ML for E because it would be very nice to finger trick, but these LR tips are very awkward, especially given that the solution would be RUL. So I'm going to hold it from here and do the tips first, and then kind of do that, and then we're in home grip basically for the rest of it. I'm going to use that algorithm for efficiency purposes. Alright, this is the next scramble. Slate. Okay, what do we have here? We have this block. Oh, something's... There we go. That seems fine now. Okay, so if I'm looking at green, both of these edges are kind of annoying to insert given where the centers are, so I'm going to go on yellow. That doesn't look too great either, so just going to kind of see if anything takes my interest. Okay, so here I see basically if I insert this edge using LUL prime, then it will move this edge into the top layer. Oh. And then because of where this is, I could then insert it with RUR prime to get it into this slot, which would solve this edge. And then I could do U prime, R prime, and then I would be left with a 4-move insert. And this works pretty well with tips because I can basically go L prime U and then go into doing that L, and then just do this, normally regroup RUR prime, and finish off like that. Right, this is the next scramble. Okay. Okay, so there's a 3-move V here on yellow, and I'm going to do ML for E. So it's that case from before, so it's going to be that. And if I do it from here, it's like kind of annoying. So I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm just thinking about the tips, how to do it, because I'll do 3 at the beginning. But I think if I hold it from here, then it's going to be really annoying to move my hand to do the L. So I'm going to do it like this, do those 3, and then go L, U prime, R prime, and then sort of do this sort of maneuver, because my hand's over here, so I can't really do the U prime with it. So I'm just going to sort of do that. And that's kind of annoying, but it does sort of work. So yeah, that's the next scramble. Okay. Okay, so here I'm basically going to do something kind of inefficient that would have a reasonably good execution. So I'm going to start by doing all 3 tips and then just have a regrip. That's slightly annoying, but it makes the rest of the body so much nicer. So I'm going to go like L prime, U, wait, so basically L prime, U, L, U prime, attaches that to here and then leaves you so you can do another 3 moves to finish the V, and then you get this really good case. So it's not in a super efficient solution, but it's pretty good and you get a good time, so that's all that matters. Next scramble. Cool. So this one is a 1-move V. ML free isn't too good from this angle. There is a way of doing it, but I think your best bet is to kind of do it the normal way. So I'm going to go these tips, regrip, L, and then just U, L, U. Okay, so okay, so here you have a 3-move V on green. If you just solve the center, then you can have this edge up here, so you do U, L prime, and you're done. But I mean, this would be pretty decent in the solve. Like, you could do the B tip, then go R, U, L prime, U, L, U prime, and then do R, L prime tips on drop. But another solution I see here that I think I'm going to show because it's kind of nice is you go, first of all, you do these tips and then you're going to go R, and then instead of inserting this, you actually solve this edge here, because now you get this ML3E, and then you can do that, and then sort of while you're doing the U move with your right hand, you can solve the tip with your left hand, and it flows pretty nicely. Okay, what did I just do? Anyway, here's the next scramble. Okay, so I'm gonna do green. Basically, I can either do L prime U prime R to solve this edge to here, or I can do U L prime R to solve this edge to here. And I'm gonna do the L prime U prime R option because that solves this edge, and then it leaves you with just 3 moves for the rest of the solve. Because my last body move is going to be R prime, I want to not leave this tip to the end. So I'm going to do all 3 of these. So I'm going to go like this, and then regrip up here, R prime, U prime, B, and then just do the insert like that. Okay. This is the next scramble. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. From here, I can either go... Okay, yeah. So here, you might see if I solve this center first, then going LR will solve a V, and that'll give me really, really easy case. So the 6 mover, but with 2 AUFs. But if I solve this center first, and then solve this block, then I can go UR, and it'll leave me with L3E. So I'm gonna start with these 2 tips and go LB, UR, and then go U, R, U, and then do R prime, and then this tip, because I left this to the end since doing an R prime and then L tip is a pretty nice combo. Got that. Okay, so a lot of red blocks here. This would be a great time to know TL. I'm actually learning that on this holiday, guys, so look out for that, but I'm just going to be doing it intuitively. Because basically I know that if I do a U prime, then when I solve the center, this edge will be moved to being solved. And based on looking at the other pieces, I'll then have like a 4 move L3E. So here I'm just going to go for doing LR at the end because I feel like I can manage it. So I'm going to go U prime and then that, and then R prime, and then just that, and then kind of go like that. Has got a lot of good options for solutions, but what I'm going to go for is over here. So you see that you can go U prime to attach this to here, and then go B to solve that, and then just do the last 2 moves, and that leaves you with a polish flip, which is pretty nice. But if you actually go ahead and do, I'm going to go, yeah, this is going to be nice for those LR tips. So I'm going to go solve these, R prime, U prime, because now you have this bar here and this thing at the back that you want to solve by doing RB R prime. So when you do that, it solves that edge and leaves you with this, which is really nice. So I can kind of go like that. That looked really risky, but on my mains, my tips are good enough that that's a pretty safe thing to do. Okay, block here, that's pretty nice. UL, that's not a good solution. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, first of all, solve this center, which then moves this edge up here, because then I can go LUL to finish the V, and then that'll give me a polish flip that I will have no post AUF for. So with these B moves, I find it kind of awkward to do BUB using my middle finger for all of them. But if I do my index for all of them, then I'm going to have a weird regrip where I have to change from having middle on bottom to ring on bottom. So what I'm going to do is go L, B, U, and then use my middle finger for this one so that I can easily transition into that. And for some reason, R prime is like pretty easy for me, so I'll do it like that. All right. Okay, this is block. So I could do a 3 move V here and get a pretty good L3. I could go R prime, back insert R prime and get L3E. Or here I could either do LUR prime or ULR prime. LUR prime, I don't like that case. If I do the U option, I basically have like a trivial solution. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Is this the same solution as the other one? Not quite. Anyway, what I'm going to do is if I go ULR prime, I get this ML4E, which I can cancel into. So I'm going to go these tips, U, L prime, R, L prime, and then U, do this as like a slice R, then U, done. Oops. All right, this can attach to this in one move to make a block. There's no super efficient continuation doing it on yellow, but on red, it leaves you with these centers like this and then this flipped edge, which means I can just go R prime, U, L prime, and then it leaves me with like a sledge. So I'm going to go do this tip with this finger like that while I do that, then regrip R prime, U, L prime, U, sledge, U prime, done. I don't know how many souls I'm planning on doing here. I've done 13 right now, so I'll go for 25 because I think I did 25 example solves like a year ago. Okay, whoops. Okay, well, I just generated the next scramble, so anyway. This is kind of annoying for tips. I might actually do these at the beginning. So obviously, we have 2 move V into that, we can just cancel, so I'm going to go tips, R prime, U, L, insert, done. This is the next scramble because I accidentally like... double clicked. So here on yellow, we see that basically you can do a U prime here to pair this to the center, and doing that move brings this to here, which is 1 move away from that edge, that center. So if I hold it from up here, and then doing those moves also solves this edge. So if I can start off by doing this, because that'll just make it the nicest. If I go R prime, L prime, which is just those moves I showed to like do, then I can just go B prime, and then I get that. And doing this kind of B move tends to work well on those solutions in my experience. So yeah, that's that. I think, yeah, I think I had to gen the next one. I got a bit confused there. Okay, so this one is a 2 move pseudo V, but then there's also a really good solution here, so I might just do that. Just gonna double check that this isn't like a super good case or something. Okay, anyway, so here, if I go solve the center, then I can just go U, R, and then I'll get an L3. So I'm gonna start by doing this tip. So I'm going R, U, B, and then just U, R, U prime, L prime. All right, that. Ooh, this looks good. Okay, another pseudo V right off the bat. Okay, so that's going to be a very easy solution. This is pretty similar to last time, honestly. So I'm going to do these tips, then R prime, U, B, and then U6, done. I can do it from another angle, but same thing. Maybe if I was really trying to do good example solves, I would have analyzed the finger tricks on both of them, but I was kind of lazy. So here, a 3 move V into a sort of spammy sort of situation. This one, you can get a 2 flip, and you can do hedge. Okay, so this is where what some people would consider to be a bad habit comes in, but it's something that works for me, which is sometimes I use wrist turns in my V and do like wide moves. So especially given how it flows here, so I can go UB, and then this R brings my hand up, so I can go like this, and then move that up, and then do this move here, and then I can just solve this 2 flip with hedge, lefty insert. You might be wondering, I was like here or something, why I didn't do R prime, U, R prime hedge. That doesn't really save much time in my experience. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do 25 souls. So basically, the idea is if you go U prime, L prime, that you can pair that up, and then the V is a few moves away from being solved. So I'm going to hold it up here. And basically start off with the U tip, L prime, B prime, L. Obviously we know I like doing those moves, and then that leaves me with here. So I can go R, L to regrip, and then from here it's just a super nice thing. I can go U, R prime sledge, U, R. Very finger trick friendly, so could get a pretty good time on that, even though it's sort of inefficient. That one there. Okay, big block. What we will be doing here today is I'm going to start off by doing these tips because they work really nicely. And then I'm going to solve this center, which means we can go R, U prime, solve this block, and then cancel into L4E like that. Very nice flow, and could get like I think TBS or whatever. Okay, 5 more solves. Okay, so here you see this block here. So I'm going to start off by solving this center so that I can solve this block without getting in the way. So I'm going to solve these. Is that what? No, okay, I'll just solve these tips, regrip, and then solve that. Now I can cancel into inserting this to the back because you see that's going to solve this edge, and also based on where this is, you're going to go hedge, and then I'm going to do the hedge, and then AOF with this hand so that I can solve that tip at the same time. Next scramble. All right, many a block. So basically what I see is if I go U, if I want to insert this piece, then I'm looking at these to see if I can solve one of them. If I do U prime, R, U, R prime, that doesn't get solved. If I do U, R, U prime, R prime, this gets solved. But what I see here is if I do the UL, and then that will bring this edge to here. So then if I insert that in the back, then I get like a last layer skip basically. So I'm going to solve it from here, hold it from here, go UR, and then go B prime, U prime, B, and then R prime, and then U prime while I do that tip. Okay, ooh, 2 move pseudo V, no, it's so not worth doing. Okay, so here I have a 3 move V. I'm going to start by doing UV because that's always nice, and you could cancel into the case, but the finger tricks are better if you don't, basically. So do that regrip, and then R, U, R prime, U, R prime, U, L. Penultimate solve. Okay. Alright, so guys, don't come at me if there's a really good TL3 for this. But if I just solve this center by moving this up, solving it, and then moving it back down, and there's only really one direction I can move it in because I don't want this to get messed up, then this bar will be solved over here, like that, and then I could either go L U prime sledge or U prime L, and then do like the mirror of the hedge alg I've used in a few official averages and reconstructed. I'm going to do this option just because it's a lot easier to do these tips if I've just done like a U than it is if I'm doing a sledge and then suddenly I have to do them for some reason. Okay, and the very final solve. Okay, block here. Oh, I like this. Basically, what we're doing, inserting this into the back and then doing like an L prime UL on the bottom. So I'm going to start by doing these tips because then now my hand is ready to go and do R prime. Then I'm going to go U prime and then L prime, R, regrip, cancel into this L, UL, U, R, U prime, R prime, and then do that while solving that. Thanks for watching.